special. Real uplifting, calypso spiritual. To free the people from the mental chain. Rise them up from out of the gutter. Rise them up out of poverty. Rise them up. Please don't let them suffer. Rise them up. Set my people free. Rise them up from humiliation. Rise them up. Hunger and frustration. Rise them up. Mr. Calypsonian. Rise them up. It's your obligation. You know the good seed you sow and for that soil will be growing as green as grass. Cause every word that the prophet had prophesied, it shall surely come to pass. Cause if you walk up a sweat in my vineyard, by your sweat you shall eat your bread. And once you satisfy all the criteria, we go put a crown on your head for the same song again. A spiritual song again. The same song again. A lyrical song again. A singing the same song again. A melodious song again. The same song again. A calypso. Yeah, 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 yeah. Never forget where you come from. Don't think you're better than no one. I'm giving you the same kind of advice again. Remember you're poor and you're needy, but don't ever try to be greedy. Greed does bring on misfortune and pain. Just rise them up from total destruction. Rise them up from illiteracy. Rise them up. Join some kind of program. Rise Go them to up. University. She offers you a master's or a bachelor's and an associate degree. Rise them up. Discover your talent, there must be some hidden ability. You see the preparation you make today will go a long, long way tomorrow. The little education you grab, I pray, will help to wipe away your sorrow. Cause when you're preparing for a rainy day, let me while the sun still shine. Because according to the work you must get your pay. You could never take what is mine. It's the same song again. Spiritual song again. The same song again. A lyrical song again. I singing the same song again. Melodious song again. The same song again. A calypso song again. When I listen to your advice, I realize I have no choice but to sing the same kind of song again. I cannot compare myself with Christ, but I'm willing to make a sacrifice to see my people rise up from the drain. Let we rise them up from contamination, rise them up from pornography, rise them up from internet addiction and homosexuality. That's why I'm calling on all the world leaders in religious authority. Please try and do something for the good of humanity. Cause if you cast your bread on the water, might return after many days. And if you want your life to be better, just do what the Father say. But if you keep on the wrong direction, like a sheep that is gonna stray, well, our portion is gonna be bitter when the clock strikes judgment day. This is the same song again, a spiritual song again, same song again, a lyrical song again. It's the same song again, a redemption song again, the same song again, a calypso song again. Yeah, redemption song. After they gone to the grave, beyond you know that it is too late. So leave no stone unturned, no effort must be spared. To give me flowers before I die, no procrastinating, and don't even say I dread. Just give me flowers before I die. Before I die, oh God, before I die. You better give me flowers before I die. There we go. Oh, yo, yo. Yeah.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and pretty much the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, wherever you are, locally, regionally, internationally. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 8 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.
That's no kicks. I don't like it. Politics. Politics. Now so many things I will have to fix. So I go fix up them old police station to hold those who murder and rape. Because I'm fed up reading the media about an ex-prisoner escape. And I go fix up all those high prices that most Grenadians can't afford. Instead of demolishing those poor vendors put along the side of the road and leave them balling with their mouth closed. Oh God, baby Jesus is of the blows. Grenadians balling with their mouth closed.
Yes, indeed.
The higher the monkey climb is more we expose. My people balling with their mouth closed. Oh God, and this is of the blues.
Good night to those of you joining us on the YouTube, those of you on the Facebook, those of you on We Noise TV.
Mr. PM, please open up some doors. Why the hell food prices gone up so fast? Transformation in we mass. The people balling anyway you pass. Transformation in we mass. You only looking out for the upper class. Transformation in we mass. You don't care if people ones are to eat grass. Transformation in we mass. Hey.
A lot of folks are still balling with their mouth closed, huh?
Yo, yo, yo.
You hear them. Balling with no mouth closed, are talking. Yeah?
Politics, politics. Me closest neighbor stop tell me howdy. All because of politics.
Come on, folks, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet.
All it on me.
I see a lot of folks are still messaging every night to ask if we're on. If you've subscribed, you don't have to ask, because once we're coming on, you will get a notification on your phone or your TV or your computer or your tablet, whatever it is. A little notification will come up saying that Talking Points is live, or Talking Points is going live in the next summer. Yeah, it will come up. Yeah.
Oh God, baby Jesus is of the blood.
So you need to hit the subscribe button. Those of you on YouTube, you need to hit the subscribe button, and when you do that, you can hit the bell icon, and it will ensure that every time we're coming live, even for instance, we were live on Saturday. A lot of folks didn't realize we were on Saturday with the activity out there in St. Mark, and so some folks missed it because you weren't subscribed. If you're subscribed and you've clicked the bell icon, you will get the notifications. Yeah.
Rose. Why the hell you remove the cap from the gas? Transformation.
I'm just saying it because it may be difficult for me to always respond to everyone when they're asking if we on. So the easiest way is subscribe, yeah? Once you're subscribed, I know you wouldn't be asking, yeah?
You say in a fast transformation in we mass. Hey.
Good night to the Honorable Dr. Modest.
Politics.
Good night to Senator the Honorable Mayana Charles.
You say hush me mouth cause old talk is cheap. I still talking politics. Politics. I would never take me death like a sheep.
feel I had to play that again during the show, you know. Yes. Sometimes we have nice tune like that and we just leave it alone. And I had to play that again, man. I think I had to play that every night, yeah. If I could tell you, might have to start the program with that, you know.
Of the blues. Canadians ball.
Kelly Klein, Rootsman Kelly, good night to you, bro.
What we going through, only heaven knows.
As always, my king, you know.
Why you riding wrong on such a high horse? Transformation in we mass. And the big rentals don't care what it costs. Transformation in we mass. If you love this song, well, raise up your glass. Transformation in we mass. If you don't like this one, is there you come last. Transformation in we mass.
Alright, folks, and remember, I need to give you the reminders of some of the activities that are coming up. Yeah, let me just give you that right now.
P&G Enterprise invites you to a fun-filled Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28th.
Oh, once again, you know what has happened with me sometime with this thing. Yeah, yes, I know what I did there. Yeah, I could hear it. You all may not have heard it, but I was hearing it. Yeah, I'm hearing it in the background. So let me correct that one time and start again. All right, nice. Let's start again. And we good to go here. Nice.
Enterprise invites you to a fun-filled Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28, 2026 at Aubrey's Supermarket, Westerhall Point Gap, starting time 12 noon. Kids will love the exciting egg hunt, games, musical chairs, face painting, and sweet treats. Plus, the chance to find golden eggs with cash prizes inside. The egg hunt is just $10, so bring the entire family out for an afternoon of kids fun, laughter, and Easter excitement. For more information, call 473-406-1322, 473-449-0369. It's the Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28, 2026 at Aubrey's Supermarket, Westerhall Point Gap, 12 noon. Be there.
For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand you can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. WeNoise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500. And our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visual, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at Chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, just giving you some notes there. My good friends having the GGG Enterprise. Yeah, they are having that Easter egg hunt for the children. That's Easter Saturday, so you can head on out there. And of course, you know, We Noise TV is always there with us, and Chameleon Designs, yeah, my good friend. And hey, also if you need printing, you have Bethel Printing out there in Calvin, you could check him and so on. Yeah, folks, me have no problem advertise you think when you call and you say, Sheldon, we want to push that out and thing, you know, call and putting it out, hey, yeah, man. Because when you consider what is going on with our economy, what is going on with our country right now, we have to try and help each other. So if it's a situation that you have a business that you want to advertise, I could tell you if you need printing, whatever type of printing it was, I could tell you check Bethel and them in Calivini. Right after SOG on the right hand side, you'll see Bethel's printing. Been printing in what? I think that man been printing since I was a little thought. Yeah, before I'm a thought, he probably printing since then. Yeah, so you could check him, and you could check Chameleon Design could design it for you. Bethel could print it for you. Understand? Nice, right, folks. And we will be taking your calls tonight. Yes, we will be speaking about several things tonight. So we will be taking your calls in and between. But before we do that, I just want to say a special good night to those. Let me see who is on the live tonight. And I see Vanessa Lalji, Alban Harris, Claude Abraham, Robert Edwards, Lishra Abraham, Kathleen Ledlow, Mr. B. Good night to you. Jackie Raymond Sky, Dalton Strawn, Adrian Watts. Good night, Mrs. Watts. And Lona Lolo Williams, Agnes Henry, Dennis Donaldson, Marilyn Ferguson, Joyce Lewis, Jocelyn Matheson, Shrajan John, Anna Lewis, Denise Sandy, Gavin Thomas, Anastasia Buckmeyer. I see Rosalind Jones, Dolores Redhead, Faithlyn Halley Douglas, Moko, good night to you. Maud Martin, Dominic Antoine, and let me see, Gloria Francois, Sherma Jeremiah, Art Will I Am, good night to you. And let me see, Shirley James is there, Bernadette Joseph, and I see Antonito, good night to you, bro. Kathleen Knights, I see you in. Deborah Laborde, good night to you. Jillian Williams, Jill! All right, I see news, I ain't see that one of her name. Figgy, not Ziggy, Figgy Lois, good night to you. Ziggy, good night to you as well, man. Oswald Belfont, Joan Henry, I see you there. Chris London, good night to you, folks. Remember to like the live, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Yeah, Albert Nicholas, Eunice Isaac, good night to you. And let me see who's there. Velma, I think I said good night to you already, Velma Pascal, but just in case. Shirley, where did I see Shirley disappear to? I just saw Shirley. Where did she go? Shirley Scarrett, good night. Enid Dakota, good night to you as well. Jerome Lewis, Joycelyn Francois, April Fletcher, Andra Burke, Rodney Barry, Anna Andrews, Ian Andrews, good night to all of you. And good night to you joining us on the Facebook. I see Wallan, I see Charmaine, John Mark, good night, Merrill George. Merrill, I finally give me up, man. Landon Jane, I see Yvonne Courtney, good night to you. Dylan Pierre, Anesta Peters, Teresa Colomar, Earl Benjamin, Enoch Bain, Sherms Houston, Sherry Lambert, Lynn Joseph, Tesha Colomar, and let me see Betty Ann Murray Vento, good night to you. Good night to you, Mr. Handsome. I know you're listening. Martin and your lovely wife out there in housing scheme. Good night to both of you. Neighbor across the road. Well, you know when I say neighbor across the road, I mean, Mr. Officer. Good night to you. Have a wonderful one as well. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Crookshank, good night to you. And also Matthew and Patricia out there in Canada, good night to you. Fatman George, good night to you as well, bro. Hope you having Ian, my good brother Ian out there in Canada. Good night to you, sir. I haven't heard from you for quite a while. So I do hope that you're having a wonderful night tonight. Yeah? Yeah, hope everything going all well and okay, man.
Get ready for the onslaught. You mad? You think they get away off? I'm a real bad man. I was the first one to win independence from 3 times in a row, but they never even invite me to one of the independence.
Yeah, starting it early, man.
Yeah. Youngsman Kelly singing political songs like we have an ulterior motive to bring the government down. But I tell them, hold on, wait a while.
have to call them guys and I'll probably get paid now to spray down the side and some mosquitoes and them. Have a window open and them mosquito and them. Yeah.
They get the stinking idea from, hey. Somebody tell my colleague gang a mistake them to rap with young song. I'm in real love, I know what is going on. They could leave me.
You know, the more I speak to persons, the more they're bawling, But as I played the first song tonight, a lot of people bawling with their mouth closed,
Well planned to give the shanty man, so they leave out them bad man. They know they go take the ground, up the Paris set. So they
You could see their face when they're coming out from the supermarket and you know they ain't pleased,
yellow food,
One of the most difficult ones, which is really sad, is that when it comes to fruits and vegetables, that is the one that hitting extra hard. I mean, you're already going through what you're going through at the supermarket and so. But when it comes to the fruits and vegetables and the prices that you have to be paying there, my goodness.
Give them strict instruction, don't give me no.
We're not saying that we should be denying the farmers their just due. We're saying that the costs, the increases, I mean the consumer price index, that the CPI points to it, that there have been significant increases in the cost of fresh fruit and vegetables.
Somebody tell this banger wrong, I'm mistaken.
And especially if you're trying to diet, if you're trying to feed yourself properly, you know you must have fruits and vegetables, must be a main part of your diet. But the main part of the diet is where a lot of people getting hit, so they end up having to eat quote unquote the canned stuff and junk, because the cost of the fresh fruits and vegetables just keeps going up and up and up and up. And now in the dry season, so there's a scarcity of some items, and man, believe me, paying an arm and a leg for some of those stuff and them with the cost that they are at right now, Better have $100 bill if you're going to buy fruits and vegetables,
It's on the show off.
Believe me, the bald head man on the money might grow here when he see the price of certain thing.
Because I asked him for my money.
Vision might get good, he might lose the glasses.
He was in charge of culture. And he gave them strict instruction, don't give me no for character. Somebody tell Mr. Study for me.
And again, if we think it's bad now, we have to understand that in the very near future, it's going to get absolutely, we're not guessing. We're telling you for sure that the price of stuff is going to increase,
Somebody tell this banger wrong, I'm mistaken, make to put young song. I'm in real love.
We've been told to be careful with the use of our water and so on, because it seems as though we're heading into the very bad part of the dry season.
You take them people land and try to be Lobostan.
So while that is one thing, and we may end up with water being regulated in different areas and so, that's just one thing. The other problem there is that you're going to see further increases in relation to fresh fruits and vegetables once that trend continues. People pay premium price when the product is very scarce, So what they were selling for $2 and $3, you can realize it go up to $5 because it's scarce, and you might go to one person in the market and them alone that have it. I see one of the problems is that this government has no vision in relation to how they address these things. Remember, these are the same individuals that were telling us about taking the bucket trucks from Flo and Grenlec and so on and bringing them to go and pick mango, and so we're still waiting to see that happening. We haven't seen even the groundwork for something like that being put in place, And as I played for you on this program before, and you could go back and see that, we played on this program where the present Prime Minister was speaking about fish processing plants and so on for the fishermen, so that instead of selling, you could say 90% of the fish that we have we catch in Grenada, we probably send that overseas, and then we retain a 10%, although I don't think it's like that much, might be about 70% maybe going out, and we retain 30%. But then we import probably twice that amount. We import it back into Grenada. So we importing the tin stuff, we importing the tuna and the sardine and the saltfish and the smoke herring. We importing all of that back, And in some cases, they even imported more than that, They imported more than that as well.
But one day he disrespect me because I asked him for my money. Then he went up in the ministry.
While you heard a lot of talk before the election, you heard a lot of talk during the election, since then you have not even seen the framework being laid for something like that.
That's funny, because
And And now over the weekend, and I'd like to congratulate the hardworking staff at the Ministry of Fisheries. I want to congratulate them for this victory, for they have gotten back, the ability for Grenada to sell fish to the United States, and I want to congratulate the staff for that. And congratulating the leadership, because they didn't listen to all you, they would allow all you to do what had to be done to avoid the ban in the first place.
Then you walking wrong, like you with some big badge.
I see some of them walking around like turkey and fowl cock, flapping their wing and flapping their mouth really over the weekend about, we get back now, and nobody is saying, no, we ain't saying anything, because we have not seen any official documentation being put out to the public by the government of Grenada. Let me check while I say that. I check it now. I ain't see anything that came out that's saying that that is the case. You expect us to talk on things that you have not yet even acknowledged? I mean, it takes you all nearly a month to realize that the late Mark Isaac has died. And you all still use ChatGPT to write the release that put out until all you put the man in the Senate where he never was. That is how these individuals operate. They put the man in the Senate. The man was never in the Senate. So we understand we deal with a bunch of incompetent people, but at least make an attempt to do things properly. Make an attempt to do it. You're being paid to do a job. At least give some effort, some input. Try to do the job properly. But instead of that, there's a set of brag and, we get back the fish, What they had to say. What they had to say. What we had to say is congratulations to the staff, because the staff that do the work, all you ain't do nothing. And it's because all you ain't do nothing, we end up in that situation in the first place. And now, will this be the impetus? Will this be what you all utilize now to ensure that the plans that you all are putting in place? Because I want to explain something to folks here. You see the CBI program, it might sound like I'm going all over the place, but you'll understand where I'm coming to. You see the CBI program? The CBI program is supposed to encourage things like this to be taking place in Grenada. So what you're supposed to be doing is utilizing the CBI to get a developer to develop a fish processing plant in Grenada. Yeah? Not going out there and just selling passport. Well, I see some things over the weekend, 5 here and 5 there. That's why I keep saying check the voters list. 5 here, 5 there, all kind of thing. No. What it is supposed to do, you're supposed to have projects. And the people who are gaining CBI citizenship should be buying into those projects. So you're supposed to be searching out there. So what does the one that all you have there on Project Polaris, St. Bernard, what has St. Bernard been doing, Ambassador St. Bernard? What has she been doing out there? Because up to now, we cannot find a single project here in Grenada and point it and say the NDC brought that project to Grenada. And we could look at that and say that was a project of this NDC. There are none. You can't talk about the fourth, because again, the fourth project was a project. The funding came from under the New National Party. The design came under the New National Party. The contractors came under the New National Party. The only thing that happened to you all happened in spite of you all and not because of you all. In spite of and not because of. And understand what I mean when I say in spite of. Yeah? It means no matter who was there, it would have happened. It's like pension. No matter who was there, it would have happened. So it is in spite of and not because of. That is why you see that magnificent project in town with the fort taking place there. That is why you see the hotel projects that are taking place. And I had to talk about the hotel project in a while. Before tonight done, I had to mention something on that. Because the individuals who are in office now cannot secure any projects because they are incompetent. And when you say that, you have some people that want to get upset. That you're saying that, they're young and they're incompetent. They're incompetent. Being young don't mean you have to be incompetent. I've met many good young leaders from around the world. I've attended conferences with young folks all the way from New Mexico in the United States over to Bosnia-Herzegovina. For those of you that know where Bosnia is. So I've met young people that are competent, that are capable, that have handled the job. What we have here in Grenada in the best country on earth is the worst government on earth. Even Haiti, with all the problems, still have a better government than these group of people are here. By the way, I hear over the weekend, I hear about 40 Haitians came in to work in Grenada. That is nice. Yeah. You have no problem with Haitian people. I'm not the one that went in the UN and thing and say we have to deal with the Haitian problem and then come and deport people. But I hear some coming, boy. I hear some in Woodlands. I hear some up in Florida in St. John. They came in to work with a particular construction company, about 40 of them. That is why I hear. Yeah? But when people come and they try to throw talk at you as, oh, you ain't saying nothing now. You ain't saying nothing. What you expect us to say? It is the same thing. And I don't think anyone will disagree with the political leader of the New National Party when she says she's not going to any hospital opening, any sod turning ceremony, because there are outstanding questions in relation to that issue. In relation to funding, in relation to scope of the project. No. After close to 2 years of talking and bragging and boasting and all this sort of thing, is when they come now, when they go in and turn the sod, when everything done lock in already, is when you come into the New National Party to say you want to discuss Project Polaris because you want a camera up because you're going to elections. Folks, if these people open one of the very expensive tins of corned beef now, boy, what? It's a good thing I don't eat beef again. Because if I used to eat beef and I had to buy corned beef, my goodness. Tins of corned beef, I think it was $16 now for 116 or something. They're very expensive for corned beef and these kind of things now. Go back to your local thing. Yeah? Because these things are very expensive right now. Man can't be drinking rum and say, bring a tin of corned beef there for me with some cricks. They can't be doing that again. Too expensive right now. Yeah? That's high class thing right now. You know? You have to go in a restaurant for corned beef. You have to go in a restaurant for corned beef right now. You can't get corned beef and things so again. It's expensive. And folks, if we think things expensive now, no. In 3 months, in 4 months, how much more expensive things are going to get if measures are not put in place now. If you do not put measures in place to protect consumers, you're going to see runaway prices in Grenada. And we know, once the price of something go up here, it ain't coming back down. You see the price of cooking oil and all kind of thing. Remember they went in Parliament and say they reduced the cost of the cooking oil and these things. You get a reduction in it, you see it go down. In fact, the CPI, their own figures have shown that the price of edible oils, etc. increase after they put the measure in place and say that they're removing VAT on it and so on. Instead of the price go down, the price of those things increase. So we are constantly seeing price increases. When I went over the CPI with you all, I continually show you all month to month the price of care of the elderly. Now imagine, let's just understand this. You are a government. In other words, you are in charge of the affairs of the country. You in charge. Nobody else. You in charge of the country. You looking at your own figures are seeing that the cost of elderly care has gone up by 33.3% in Grenada, which means that middle-income families, low-income families, even upper middle-income families can no longer pay for the care of the elderly. They can't. And that's care of the elderly. That's separate to the medication. That's separate to that. That's separate to the medication and the other items that you may have to get for them. The walkers, the adult diapers. And folks, again, I need adult diapers. Those of you that, I need. We have people that have been asking for, and I am totally out of. So those of you that have adult adult nappies, get them to me, give me a message and get them to me. Yeah, those of you that can, because I have people that nearly every week I'm hearing from people that are looking for, and we have people that we try to help with when we do get We have people that we try to help. So please, we need some. Yeah, so outside of that, I'm saying here that we have a situation that when it comes to adult care, low-income people outside, they can't do it. Which means they have to try and get the elderly people into one of those free homes, which, you know, it really don't have much of that again, but they have to try to get them into there. Or as old people that say the poorhouse, they have to try to put them there. The middle class and the upper middle class who may have been able to afford for the grandmother or the mother or the father to put them into a home and maintain them in the home, they can't do it again because the price has knocked it out of their range. So our elderly citizens are facing danger right now. They're facing danger of abuse. They're facing the danger of being cast out on the street. They're in the danger of not being able to get the medication so that they can live a quality of life that they deserve. Have you heard all of them who claim that they like people? All of them who claim that they so love the elderly? All of them who 1 minute say that they want to keep the 150 and then they take it out from them. All of them who've been saying these things and playing like they so like people, they have been silent on this issue. Our elderly in Grenada are in danger. 33% increase over the last year in the cost of taking care of the elderly. So you're watching some people and I am pretty sure some of them homes and them are owed significant amounts of money by the families that have put their people there. It ain't easy because it wasn't cheap to begin with, much less to have that sort of increase. It prices it out of the range. So what is the government doing to ensure that our elderly can live a certain standard of life? Even when it comes to healthcare itself. Healthcare itself, a caller called on, was it Friday night? And the caller was saying that, hey, they don't even have the machine to measure the blood pressure at the hospital. And I was doubting until a nurse called me and tell me, Sheldon, the one not lying, a serious thing. They don't have, number one, they can't test blood. When I say test blood, so you've gone in, they suspect, let's say they suspect that you have, your kidneys are failing. So therefore they must check your blood to find out if certain compounds, chemicals, whatever it is, has built up in your blood that would give an indication that either your kidneys or maybe your liver is having a problem. So they need to do that blood test. Or they may think that you have some form of cancer or so on. So they need to do a blood test to confirm. And they can't. They can't at the general hospital, no. They're going on turn sod. $500 million, they already spent 20-something million. As of today, they've already spent 20-something million. That's why you see they go throwing down tree and all kind of thing, putting up tent now. Because they want you to believe that is what the 20-something million spent. No, the 20-something million spent with their friends. And they do it now because they see the writing on the wall for the election, you know. They're trying a shot to see if they will get through. If they get through, they get through. But they safeguard themselves. So that 20-something million already gone to their friends. Now they're going to spend a further 500 million to do a project where you can't get a blood pressure test. In the main hospital, you can't get a blood test. By now, I mean, come on. All they have to do is run down in the pharmacy. I am sure it have pharmacies in Grenada will give you a blood pressure medication in General Hospital. I'm sure. I know who managing it. But I'm sure if you have to get a blood pressure machine, that there are pharmacies in Grenada right now that will donate. All you want me go and ask them? Message me, call me, do it officially. And I'll go and ask for it for you all. I am sure I could go to at least 3 pharmacies and get 2 blood pressure machines donated to the General Hospital. Because the pharmacists, they can't sell medication to the dead. They can't. I never see a pharmacist sell medication to the dead yet. So if it means that they have to take that small loss and donate 2 blood pressure machines so that at least a life can be saved, or you know that that person needs to be on the medication that they had to get from the same pharmacy, they will do it. But you're dealing with a bunch of incompetent people in this country in leadership positions. The Minister of Health is incompetent, waste of time. This is madness. You're telling me that people are going up there and they cannot have their blood tested. You're telling them they have to go out from the hospital. Whatever condition they are in, they have to leave the hospital. Hopefully they have the money, get the blood tested, and then come back to the hospital. That's what you're telling sick people to do. Just before coming on air, I got the story of a young lady that was run over by a truck. Apparently the hip damage, ribs break, all sorts of things, and they put her out the hospital. How all you could put a person that get run over and dragged by a truck, you know. I ain't talking about a toy truck, I'm talking about a truck. It dragged them. They rib crack, all kind of thing. So in other words, this person could have blood clotting, they could have different things. They ain't no medical doctor, but I know some stuff. So I know they could end up with a blood clot, they have to be monitored, all kind of thing. And you all put them out the hospital to do what? They can't even take care of themselves. People with stroke ending up inside there. Can't move. They're putting them out. The kind of nonsense that is going on there right now needs to stop. And I ain't blaming the staff. I'm blaming the leadership or lack of. And you know, all of these things feed into the cost of living. Because when you go to the general hospital and you can't get certain services, you know where you have to end up going? You have to go into one of the private facilities. So you have to go and check Mary Shores, or you have to go and check St. Augustine's. You have to go and check one of the private facilities now. Or you might have to go by Spice Isle Imaging if it's a procedure you have to do. I know they do some minor procedures there. Free advertising me. Spice Isle. Don't come back, you're coming for money waving still. Yeah? And with all of these situations, all you expect my good political leader to take she good self and come and sit down and grin in opening and eat lambi and lobster and shrimp, that all you go and get from all your friends and spend another couple million on? All you expect my political leader to go and sit down there with all you in that? Joke all you making. That is why he's my leader. Because she ain't making joke with them kind of thing. She's right. She is right. You have to take a principled stand in relation to certain things. And don't give the impression that anybody in Grenada, I don't think there's a single person in Grenada. I cannot think of a single person in Grenada. None. Are living now or gone to the great beyond or to come. I cannot think of a single person that would not want a state-of-the-art brand new hospital in Grenada. But let people know it's not for them. Let them know that it's for them rich stars and them that could fly in and do the plastic surgery and that kind of thing. But the average Grenadian is priced out of that. We can't go inside there. It are no free services being offered inside there. The plan is for this thing, you think they're going and look to spend 500 million and not generate, how they're paying it back, because it's loan from Afri-Exim and so on. It's not a grant that they're getting. Nobody ain't giving them that money. They are actually trying to loan that money, which means it has to be paid back. How it getting paid back? So you think that you have a broken arm or something, you will just go inside there? As well, you just go up in the general hospital, may handbrake, and they bring you in a place and they set it back, and they might put pins and so in it and so on, and they put a cast on it, and even if you pay something, you pay next to nothing. You think it's so? When that place is krong and pong, you better start growing the cows from now, because you got to sell a whole herd before you could go inside it. But they ain't telling you that. Because they're into prestige. Oh, we're going to be doing this nice hospital. And we're doing the hospital. And we're doing a hospital down there. But it is not something that's being put in place for the average Grenadian. If it's being put in place and the average Grenadian has access to it, then I would say yes. But you know the problem there? The average Grenadian would have had access to a facility like that had we had national insurance. But this same administration destroyed the structure that was being put in place, that could have already been in place and rolled out at least a first basket of goods that people would have been able to access under national health insurance. Instead of that, what did they do? The consultants who are here, and we need to do a program this week in relation to national health insurance here. This week, we need to do one. I'll put my stuff together. Because this week, we're going to do it. The consultants who tried to approach them and who they refused to meet with. Let me repeat. Who they refused to meet with. People come to you to talk about national health insurance. They come to tell you, this is the work we've done thus far. This is what needs to be done. This is the direction we're heading so that we could get national health insurance done. You all shut down the whole thing, and up to now, we can't hear nothing about national health insurance again, But they ain't coming to tell you how you're going to be able to afford to go in the new hospital. Because you have to be able to afford. It's not going to be free. They'll come and tell you that now, but it's not going to be free. The whole thing, according to certain people, is a Ponzi scheme, And they're going to just pile on and pile on and pile on until the whole thing collapses. And who's going to be left holding the bag? Us, the Grenadian taxpayer. We are the ones who are going to be left holding the bag for that. Because these people would have filtered out their millions on the side and gone their way. The same way I told you that Mount Sinai would not be able to work in the Grenadian healthcare system with Cubans. That's why the Cubans would end up having to go. That and US pressure. It's the same way I'm telling you now. The average Grenadian will not be able to go in that facility. We will not be able to afford it. So when you hear they talking about nice place, they're talking about nice place for you, They're talking about nice place for them. They're making sure that they are wealthy enough to be able to afford to go there. And if not to go there, to fly out and go elsewhere. But us, those of us who are here, the average Grenadians, we will not be able to afford to go into that facility. Yeah? Alright, so one person said they could bring down some of the Pampers. Nice, I'll give you a call after the program. I'll give you a message. Nice, lovely. But I mean that we get all we need. We still need more. Yeah? We still need more. And those of you who made your promises that you would assist the program, yeah, we need a little here, because one of the things that we're looking to do, before I get back onto the issue, one of the things we're looking to do is expand. We need to expand. When I say expand, we can't just stay on the internet. We need to get on radio. So I have certain ideas playing around in my head. Contact me, we'll speak about it, because we need to get onto the radio as well. We can't just be on the internet, and you never could tell. We might have to go onto TV as well too, if we can do that. So let's do what we have to do so that we can get these things done. Those of you that can, online, because I realize I'm saying online and people ignoring me. All you ignoring me, those of you with the online link, the GoToFet link there, all you ignoring me. No, we need your help. We do need it. Yeah? We need your help. We have things that we must do, things that you see everything looking cleaner, you see everything sounding better, is a reason for that. Yeah? And we have to continually upgrade and update. And then we want to expand. So we need your help. But back to the issue at hand. We have a situation where right now, national health insurance should have started in Grenada already. And the basket of goods, in other words, the services that you could have accessed under national health insurance should have been in place already. Answer me. When was the last time you heard anybody in this government speak about national health insurance? You hear them speaking about hospital, but they ain't telling you the only way that you might be able to access it is through national health insurance. What have you heard them say about it? They don't worry about it, because if the Prime Minister hurt him right now, he's a plane and he gone. Any of them government ministers, they jump on a plane and they gone. Yeah? That is how they think. I could pull it back, and she mightn't like us saying that. But I know the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, when she had to make her first child, and so I know it's in the general hospital she went, She didn't fly out and say, well, let me go and make them out here, let me go and make them out there, as some folks would do. She went right in the general hospital there in between everybody and make she children. Yeah? But I know other people who are in office now. Papa, you, if one thing hurt them, they gone. Yeah? But to give you the same opportunity under national health insurance, where you may have been able, if you suspect that you have kidney ailment, to be able to block it before you end up having to go on to dialysis, to be able to address that issue early enough so that you would not end up on that. Because when you reach on dialysis, you know, you're on dialysis basically for the rest of your life, however long that is, unless you get a kidney transplant. So you know that will end up being the situation. So to avoid getting to that stage, that you have to get on dialysis, to get the treatment that you need, at least to help people to get to that stage, they're not even doing that. The New National Party was way advanced when it came into national health insurance. Way advanced. All they had to do is take the baton and run with it. Yeah? Not with, sorry. Let me say it in the proper term. Run with it. That is all they had to do. We go see a lot of hand in the baton and things. No? A lot of you all are going into call crazy this week. So you all realize I don't go into call crazy because, of course, I didn't go to any of those schools. I went to secondary school on Next Island. So but my son attended GBSS, so you know. All right. Yes, sir. So, folks, I'm going to open the phone lines. 14734407377. That's the number for you to call and to get onto the inside of tonight's program. I'm going to open the phone lines and give you all the opportunity to call in. Yeah? All of these things add to the cost of living. And if you're constantly seeing an increase in relation, our elderly, you know, people that can't see after themselves. We're talking about people not only in their 60s and their 70s, because 60s these days is not even elderly. We're talking about people in their 70s, their 80s, their 90s, and over 100. Recently, you heard the situation of an elderly, 97 years old, taking care of his 80-something-year-old wife, and they end up in a situation where water was cut off from them. So even when the elderly are not in the care system, they still catching hell. But then NDC have a habit of cutting off old people water, and we forget them from the period 2008 until 2013. From 2008 until 2013. We forget them. Yeah. A lot of old people cry tears on the NDC for the water that it cut off on them back then. I know what is going on. And you see, this is why I say talk to them youths and them. Because remember, some of them who born them time there in 2008 and so, brother and sister, well, just before 2008, they might have been a year, 2 years old and thing. They're first time voters in this election, eh? So they may know about when NDC cutting off people water and all this kind of thing. I'm a real bad man. Because there's a mentality that runs through that particular political organization. And it's a very anti-people mentality. That's what runs through the veins of the NDC as a political organization. It's a very anti-people organization. That's why they could have cut off old people water then. That is why they could cut off old people water now.
Somebody tell this banger wrong. I mistake him to put young song. I'm in trouble long. I know what is going on. I want him to explain to the people how we got his driver's license.
You know what you're ending up with now? You're ending up with some people skipping meals and so, you know. Or you think I'm joking? There are some people that skipping meals. So they might have breakfast, they ain't bother with lunch, and they just have something heavy in the evening to eat, and that is it. No, they're not fasting. These are people that they realize the food stuff they are there to make it last.
For the wrong things. Wrong money deal with. I'm a real bad one.
Let me say a good night to my good friend Raphael.
We never like the fire.
Good night to your sister.
Just come and box me in me mouth. As when scholar running up.
Tito, Kamita, good night to you all. The phone number 14734407377. You can call me on the WhatsApp. it comes to this issue of the cost of living, a lot of people catching the nene. Yeah? When they go inside the supermarket and they see the price of stuff inside there. If you come outside and you say, look, let me step outside there and go in the vehicle and take some money and come back. By the time you come back, the price change on you, you know. That is how bad it is.
Leader, the Prime Minister, everybody mouth and lock. No one is afraid to talk. Right now, I will say it blunts all your hit rocket.
And I see some of them come in and talk now about shrimp. Or they should shame to talk about shrimp farm. Or they should shame to talk about chicken farm. Because it's all your activists that have the money for the chicken farm. All your activists. All you put one man name in it because you wanted to try and legitimize the whole thing. But the other two people are you all activists that get how much? $100,000 from the government of Grenada that we don't know if he spent, we don't know if he did, we don't know if it was given back, we don't know what took place with the couple $100,000 that was given to that organization that was formed by your own people. And I'm looking for the video, you know, I can't find the video. I have to find the video and play it. I will play it again for Grenadians to hear for themselves. What took place for Mr. Curtis, the late Curtis Batiste? What took place in relation, the former chairman of the NDC? What took place in relation to that fowl farm? And all who talking, I would like them to present to the Grenadian people because you see, they come with these red herrings and they come with this nonsense. And they come out there and they try to speak nice so that they sound as though they are authorities on all these things. Brothers and sisters, let me ask them a question. Tell Grenada how much money Grenadian taxpayers had to pay for them thing. Because the only money I hear Grenadian taxpayers lose in this whole thing is the same money that they take, the NDC take and give to some of their own mouthpiece. As I said, they put one man in it to try and legitimize it, so I ain't even calling any name. But they try to legitimize the whole thing by putting that man's name into it. And they take how much? $100,000 and get to them. But it's a thing they are accustomed doing. Because remember with Nation Builders was not even registered. Nation Builders was not even registered yet in the state of Grenada. And the cabinet of Grenada, the Deacon Mitchell cabinet, take how much? $100,000 and give to Nation Builders. And who are the key people in Nation Builders? Political activists and associates of the National Democratic Congress. If it had happened under NNP, you would have seen them with placard beating pan in the road. You would have seen them on every radio program talking, them hypocrite. But because it happened under NDC administration, because see for them, wrong is only wrong when it happened under another government. But once it happened under them, it is okay. Because Deacon Mitchell is the chairman of cabinet. He sat as the head of cabinet when that illegal act took place. You pass and provide money to an organization that didn't even properly exist yet. It wasn't even registered. So it's like you giving them the money in July and it's September that they go and register. I'll get the proper documentation and bring it to that too because I have the documentation. These are the people that are ruining, not running, they're ruining our country at this point in time. But they expect us to remain quiet. They think that they can say things to us. They think they can say things about us. They think that they can scare us into silence. They think that if they say certain things enough, that we go remain quiet. So that as soon as we start to talk and expose the corruption that's taking place in the NDC, that we, when they come and they say fowl farm and they say shrimp farm, we go hush. Talk about fowl farm. Talk about shrimp farm. Tell Grenadians how much money Grenada are losing that. Not a cent. Under the NNP, but under the NDC is a different story. We could talk about how much 100,000 that as far as I know is unaccounted for. As far as I know right now, it was placed in Scotia Bank. In our account in Scotia Bank. For a company that did not. Anyway, I go to the phone lines. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Brother.
Hey, what's up, brother?
I did. Couple things.
Yeah, man.
First one is, The proposed site where the Polaris Hospital used to be, supposed to be the breaking ground, right? What waterway run parallel or through the
Boss,
area, that kind of stuff?
boss, I know down there does flooded. That is all I know. I know
Okay.
down there does flood and it does flood bad too.
So the water table very unstable.
Well, if they do geotechnical studies and if they've done
Well,
an environmental impact assessment, I would assume that they have a plan in place to deal with that. But I know that area does. Anybody that from around there or past there over the last few years know that area does flood bad.
well, you remember these guys that get sweet spots, yeah, and dismiss
I don't know. Maybe they have a plan to deal with the
surveys
water.
and technical aspects and all of that. I mean, when we see all the other situations happen in it,
Yeah.
you get me. So it's hard to kind of trust that shit. Part of my friends that will carry through as it should. You know, it just seems kind of off. It seems kind of sketchy.
But the thing
Based
is,
on every
I
other.
think all of us hope that we could get a new hospital. I don't think anybody do want a new hospital. Everybody wants a new hospital, but if you're doing the thing, do the thing proper.
Well, I believe Dan said before you dance abroad, you know,
Yeah.
charity begins at home. That was taught. So if you can't do it for the people first, can't really have faith that you could do it for the, you know what I mean? Plus, they say it's only selected few. Other situation today, and it raises a question. In terms of, let's say, there's a tragedy or a situation where we kind of off the grid, both digitally and from the electrical aspect. Are you aware of any backup situations that we have in place?
In fact, I was getting some information today that I have to complete getting regarding Grenlec and the fact that we could very well anytime from now be facing some load shedding.
Wow.
Because I think I'll get deeper into it another day, but because I have
Another
some more
day.
information to pick up on it, yeah. But from what I'm
All
hearing,
right.
it's something along the lines of one of the generators that they were renting has to go back or something like that. So we may find ourselves in a load shedding situation on mainland again.
Wow. And over 2 million in flights. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Last one before I jump out, yeah. When's the last time you've been to the Las Vegas area?
Last time I've been to Las Vegas area, bro, I have not been to Las Vegas since probably about March last year.
Interesting. You have people up there?
Remember most of last year I spent out of the island, huh?
True.
So
true.
and since I've come back, I have not gone to St. Andrew, and I don't think I've passed through. No, I haven't passed through Las Vegas since about March last year.
Much last year. You have people around them, is it?
I have people every part of Grenada, brother.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think you should get some feedback from the community. I find some very odd things going on in Las Vegas right now.
Well, no, I've seen some videos. I'm not afraid to speak about it. I've seen some videos over the weekend. I got the videos on Friday. So I saw some videos on the weekend of what,
yeah, this one is appointed. So
what appears to be taking place there now. I ain't go and see it for myself. I see the videos of what appears to be taking place there. But you know what hit me most on that?
Do tell.
When we had Silver Sands being built, Randall Robinson went down there with a tape measure, measuring the distance from the wall to the beach and all kind of things. Himself and other NDC activists went down there.
Nice one.
And they were pointing at the drain and talking about, because what Silver Sands did is that they took some blocks and sand and different things, and they are filtering the water that was running there anyway. Not that it was running because Silver Sands was going there. The water that was running there, they actually created a filtration system so that water going to the sea would be clean. Yeah?
Nice.
And you had the same people going and complain Silver Sands interfering with the drain, Silver Sands interfering with it, and look, they put wall there. And so Silver Sands pulled back the thing further back into the property. They removed the wall, everything. So it was big thing. They called down the media, everything, and they were there. Now we're hearing this thing taking place in Las Vegas. Maybe they're afraid because the Prime Minister constituency, but see they go down there with no tape measure.
I hope you had them videos to show you, know.
Of course I've got the videos. They could pull whatever they want from online. I copy everything.
Go ahead, say
And
you
I
say
have a
they go down with
redundant,
no
and
tape or nothing.
Fado, I have redundant systems. So even if they get rid of one system, I have
Say
other
that.
systems, letting them know. I have other places, systems, other places
We
with the
could
same thing.
capture, yeah, we could capture it.
So you could try and get rid of one, you can't get rid of all. I could guarantee you that.
Last thing before I jump off, bro. You know, let me get back on track.
No, we on track, because all of this deals with cost of living. Go ahead.
Okay, say less. Sociopath. You familiar with that term?
Sociopath, yes, my friend.
Sociopath. All right. The lack of empathy, the lack of people skills in terms of, being a roots man. You get me? Although we used to pick nutmeg. The lack of all of that, bro. That qualifies.
There's a very important thing they call EQ. Emotional quotient. Yeah, like.
Okay. I see you're familiar with the terms, mate.
Emotional intelligence.
I see you're familiar with the terms, mate.
My political leader is a expert in the field, brother.
Say less.
My political leader is a boss,
100 on that. 100 on that. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, I think a lot of people not really seeing or detaching that from that said individual. The fact that unstable munitions could be passed around the masses without no conversation. Mm-hmm. Think about the mindset of that individual to make a move like that. Even the people's move, making the commute, life is a danger. Mm-hmm. But they're taking orders, I guess, so they have to carry it out. Think about the individual mindset.
That's certain orders me carrying out. I'll tell you straight.
Come on, family.
I love my brothers and sisters in the Royal Grenada Police Force, but it have certain orders are not going. You watch. You want to do what you want to do to me, do it. Because
come on now.
When Hitler and Pol Pot and them, they tell the soldiers do thing. Them soldiers went and do thing, and the soldiers end up in problems afterwards. In Rwanda, some of the soldiers, they tell the soldiers and them, go and kill them people, wipe out that village. And they take orders and they say, well, as a soldier following orders. Yeah, they're in jail still.
Okay.
Those that weren't executed in certain countries.
Big up the family of Malcolm X, because I want to use that term, that phrase here. Mm-hmm. They will use one of us to kill one of us just to say it's one of us.
Of course.
You get me?
Of course. That's why we have to always have our eyes
open. Don't take nothing lightly. You see, what something I realized just from being out of ground, yeah? Being out of road as a youth. You see, when people act too careless. Now, granted, it could be a situation of lack of information, yeah? Mm-hmm. But when you see people acting too careless, it's because they figure they have even though if it's a pseudo presence of support or structure, they figure they have that. You get me? Because most of them youth and things that used to be acting up back in the day, their families were like, people that could sign a check, or people that could pay a bill, or people that actually in the force. Don't take them things lightly. Everybody looking at it as mistakes. It's not mistakes from. You understand? I could take it to our next point, but as I say, I don't want to skip it. Let you do your thing. I tuned in, yeah?
All right,
we're going to talk next time.
You have a blessed one.
But sociopath, remember that. Tell them people look up that word this up.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Govern.
Yes, indeed, folks. So let me just let you know when it comes to Grenada and them kind of thing. Not all you, we will find ourselves in a kind of situation. I need a search protector, to put together some money. I need a search protector. Yeah, I have to protect myself here. Yeah, we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hi, Sheldon.
Hi, good night. How are you doing?
I'm good. You're so right about Grenada, because for the whole weekend, current only going and coming. Up to today, current went 3 times today.
Well, it seems as though some problem is taking place with Grenada. Okay, they're gone. It seems as though some problem is taking place with Grenada, because we heard that, what I heard today is that expect load shedding because of the situation with the generator. There have also been the situation of the shareholders. Remember the Prime Minister talking about he had to protect shareholders and this kind of thing, right? But the shareholders did not receive any dividends for the last quarter of 2025. I saw the note that went out telling the shareholders that no dividend would be paid at the end of the last quarter, so they didn't get that. But what I heard from an individual is that even the dividend for the third quarter, so you have first, second, third, fourth quarter for the year, they paid dividends by the quarter. So even the dividends for the third quarter were not paid. They didn't get it up to now. So these are the kind of things that we hear going on with these people. We've got a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
Go right ahead.
Sheldon, what was the reason? The Prime Minister said he had to get the $2,000 to the ministers.
Well, I know that there was the initial issue of regarding transport and getting the 2,000 and that sort of thing. So I know that was the first one.
Yeah. Then he said he gave them that money because that money again was too small and that could lead to them doing wrong things.
Well, yeah, that's what he said, but that ain't stop nothing because we're still looking for $2 million for coconut from Andy right now.
Mm-hmm. So, Sheldon, this crop of politicians, the NDC, they have that tiffin in the DNA, right? Any amount of money you give them, because that tiffin in the DNA, Sheldon, they go continue to thief. And when you have children thieving, and daddy, it is okay with daddy. Daddy see that as no problem. Daddy see that as no problem. Because when you have a leader, or like a father in a home, and wrong things going on, and you're loving it, daddy is as guilty as the children who committing the thieving. You're guilty. How you could have, you are the father, should set example, and try to stamp out thieving, when you are allowing it to happen. I want to say to the people going to Carriacou, we need a leader that will stamp out the corruption and all the wrongdoing. That's something may happen I don't know, but once you know, you are a leader, you should stamp out that wrongdoing in your home, in any party, any institution that you're leading. You have to take full control of it and get rid of it. But when you have a leader seeing that, ain't no problem to him, Sheldon. Any country, any organization will be doomed to fail. And NDC is a failure because from time since in 2022, after election, Grenada is down. While Grenada going down, cost of living is going up high. It is very close to St. Catherine Peak. Grenada need a change. We need a leader that will solve problem for the people of Grenada Carriacou, especially poor people of Grenada Carriacou and Pitimati. A leader that could make people smile, bring the joy and the smile. That a leader that will increase the spending power. So in the country, that when spending power increases, where people employing people and put them to work, Grenada will be much better up, the spending power will be much better up, and the government will get more revenue because more people working. But I don't know, this Prime Minister and his cabinet, they feel less money, that less people working, like more money getting. And children, I would say the aim and the desire of NDC get into politics never also help the people. They come into politics, they see that getting politics is a way to enrich themselves. But I don't know that this NDC party and government is the only politician that get into politics and they go be richer than how they go. Because politicians don't make money. But this one is the first one that become millionaires. When they enter politics, they had nothing. Whenever they become millionaires, and Brother Sheldon, they need to be investigated for their wrongdoing. So Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much for your input.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And yes, they need to be investigated. They have to be investigated. You cannot investigate these kind of things that going on there. People robbing you blind. You're seeing it. And it will lead that so, man, whatever to happen, go happen with it. The Lord is taking his course and do what he had to do. All right, 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. And somebody messaged me a while ago, I was just checking the messages, and they said that, look, even the machines to put somebody under, to do a surgery and so on, that and all malfunctioning. So what is the anesthesiologist using? What are they using to apply the medication to put people to sleep to do a procedure if that machine is not functioning and so on? But you're going and turn sod. Healthcare in Grenada has seen, according to the words of the minister, no improvement. But you're going and build, you can't manage what exists now, but you're going to get others. Yeah? You have your wife at home and you can't afford, but you still want to go and pick up 4 outside, woman. You can't afford the food in the house, but you want to go and pick up 4 outside. You feel so? It's a problem. A big problem too. You have to do things and do it properly. Yeah? Do things and do it properly. Nice, yeah,
I getting fed up, boy. For Grenada.
1473-440-7377. Giving you the opportunity to call. Again, remember the donations. Those of you that have made your promises, yeah, that you will, yeah. Security-wise, we had to pay for software.
Voting finger, we will deliver. Show me your voting finger, we will deliver. Show me your voting finger, we will deliver. Show me your voting finger, we will deliver. Mistake we make last time, we will never make it again.
And folks, today, on another issue before time catch up on us, today, I saw clear indication of what we are going to be facing here very shortly. I saw one of the government ministers in Barbados on the beach trying to clear seaweed along with a crew of people with their big thing on the beach, and they're trying to clear the seaweed and so on the beach. We need to be careful. If it hit Barbados, we know where he come in next. So I hope that the net and thing they say they have, I hope all of that is outside there and waiting to be able to deal with the issue. So I hope them net and them ready to deal with the issue of the seaweed that is on its way to us. See, beaches covered with it in Barbados. I've already heard of some starting to hit the beaches here in Grenada. Yeah? We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you do?
Good night. Good. I'm good, brother. How is everything?
I'm good. Go right ahead.
All right. So it's amazing that after signing this thing with Polaris, Mount Sinai, since May, right, of 2025, haven't had any consultation with the people of Grenada, which they said that they had, right? But they're having one coming up. So the person, and I so agree with our political leader, right, in not wanting to go to the sword turning ceremony. You know, because think about that, brother Sheldon. You have made mention to it, and I know for a fact, just today, I'm picking up that one of the main machines at the lab for taking tests and so on
Blood
is
test,
done.
Blood test.
Blood tests, and not only the blood tests, but the other machines for particular. What you mentioned, the one about the
blood pressure,
the surgery.
Oh, the one for
You know, yeah, and to be honest with you, we Grenadian people have never seen our health condition in such a dilapidated condition. And that's really hard for us because they're not considering, should in case you have a serious outbreak of a pandemic or something again. How are they thinking? that's the time now, the Honorable Philip Telesford should open up his mouth and criticize us and tell us that that's not true. What we're saying is not true, right? Now, paying 22 million, I hope I had the figures right.
I'm hearing about that.
Around $22 million to Polaris, right? The Mount Sinai affiliate, not having any nail drawn, or driving a piece of wood. $22 million, while our health conditions keep on going down, and it's getting worse, right?
Pastor,
to be honest,
you're an agriculturist, right?
Yes.
You know that right now, these individuals in government owe tens of thousands of dollars to farmers, all different parts of this country, for goods supplied to the same general hospital and so on. That they can't pay for either.
Yeah. They can't pay that.
You have the people at the hospital in Maribor having to come and get supplies from people in St. George because they can no longer get from the people in St. Andrew because they owe them and government just ain't paying.
Oh my God.
That is how bad it is, but they're going on turn soil. So turn soil.
This thing is bad. This thing is really bad. And the people that just recently came into Grenada, some of them are asking me what I think. And to be honest with you, I had to tell him exactly what it is, because you outside there and what you're hearing, you're hearing real good things going on, But when they come, you know what one said to me recently? What I hear outside there, I don't find that happening here, because they've been asking people, and so many persons are giving a negative response to what they're asking, and they are true, they are correct about the analysis, But finally, before I go, I find it's really bothering to have so much disrespect for Dr. the Right Honorable Kit Claudius Mitchell, and as a senior of our country, right? The amount of things that they told us about Uncle Gary, the Honorable Eric Matthew Gary, all the kind of things that maybe was not even written in books that he did to our country. The same people that came together to overthrow him. Today, right? Today the names are calling in all sorts of things. So they're trying to pass the and smear the character of Dr. the Right Honorable Kit Mitchell. That man should be respected in our country. In the entire Caribbean. That is a model figure.
Let me tell you something. Yeah? Let me tell you something that makes me happy anytime I see them attacking Dr. Mitchell. I can guarantee you, 50 years from now, I'm not even going to 100, 50 years from now, when they're looking at Grenada, the history of Grenada, the name Keith Mitchell will be prominent in every single classroom that they're looking at Grenadian history. It will be prominent throughout the region. And when you're speaking and you're teaching about Caribbean politics and Caribbean elections and political science in the Caribbean region, the name Keith Claudius Mitchell will be always a section in any of those classes. They have to teach just a class on him alone. Yeah? Political science.
Sure.
And the people will be doing their doctorates on Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. Books will be mentioning him if we still have books. But you know one thing you wouldn't have? You wouldn't have anybody remembering any of the people that are attacking him now. Even some of them in Parliament, people will not even remember who they are. People can't remember some of the people. People can't remember some of the people who was in Parliament back in the 70s right now. People will not remember them, but they will always remember Dr. the Right Honorable Keith. They could never take it from him. There's nothing they can do to stop it. They have to stay there, bear it, grind it, and they're going to close their eye and go and meet the maker with it. They can't do nothing about it.
The thing about it is, the thing,
Go ahead, Pastor. I'm hearing you.
the thing about it is that as the father of parliament, he encouraged them to go back to school, go and learn, right? Find the love in their heart and the joy and the peace of serving people, not serving themselves or serving, just a minority. And they said it, they said it. And when I heard, I was speaking to one of my cousins in the US about our cousin, the Prime Minister. And I said to her, listen to me. I cannot support my cousin politically. I said, and listen, look at what he said. Right? Well, you think he said that in truth? Maybe that's slip of the tongue. I say it can be because he repeated.
We don't lie on the man. Anything he said, we just play it.
Yeah?
We play it. We don't lie
I
on the
don't
man.
understand. Okay. Now the lotto thing, well, you know everything about the lotto. Look at that. The news broke and he never attend to that. Look what happened now. Yeah? I feel they should reinstate the lotto, But I did not know, comrade, before I leave, I did not know that the Honorable Comrade Peter David was an independent candidate as a politician in Grenada. I never knew that. Today in the press conference, I'm learning that.
He was an independent when? In which election?
Honorable Peter, you had to come better than that. You had to stop that. Listen, you're a man I have a lot of respect for. Okay, you know that. And stop your stupidness. You see that kind of thing you're getting on with it? Stop that. Because listen, when you would have served in a particular area in a government and you go out and negotiate something for the people, right? You know that you've been a revolutionary. You know that. Morris Bishop would never feel happy about this foolishness, right? You never go out and beg for money for the market square for Peter David and the people of St. George. You went to negotiate, if that was the case, I don't know, right? But based on what you're saying, right? You all need to stop this political nonsense that you all behaving with. I'm upset about this, right? You can't claim the stadium because although it's come on,
so
man.
you can't claim the stadium. The man said today that he could claim the stadium because it was built while he was the MP.
My bad.
Man say that.
But you wouldn't go there. Or you wouldn't go there.
But I could tell you that the athletic stadium was rebuilt and he was not the MP when it was rebuilt because I was in the Ministry of Youth in 2013. In fact, there are photos of me receiving the documents from the Chinese relation to the National Stadium. And by the time that was completed and rebuilt, he wasn't, I wonder if he had even come into the Senate. He probably had just come into the Senate when we opened the stadium for Carriacou and so on. So I know how come that is I don't know when he built it, but anyhow.
So they have to stop taking personal names, them calling for support sake, eh? So I am upset with that.
Pastor, I remember
right?
there's a song, boy, imagine I calling that song an old song now. There's a song that was a total eclipse of the heart.
Yes.
There's a total eclipse of the heart, boy.
My favorite. Her favorite sax song right there, saxophone. Yeah.
Totally.
So, anyways, Comrade Peter, I know the call is gonna tell you that I am upset with this, and I know other Grenadians really upset. I thought that when you came on board with NNP, you came on the team Project Grenada, yourself and Chester and others, and you're saying you're going back. That's what all they said, And all they plant me even more solid in NNP because I've been looking at all that, and all I've been saying, we ain't going back, we ain't going back. You remember that song? Yeah. I think it was Sheldon Douglas.
Yeah.
We ain't going back. Yeah.
My brother.
Come on, history gonna deal with all your brothers. History. Later. Take care, brother.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Yes, indeed, folks. 14734407377. You can call us on the WhatsApp. People want. Somebody asked me to see. All they want to see this thing for. All you looking to get a Grenadian passport? All you want to see that for this? All you want to see that? All you want a Grenadian passport? Okay, check the man.
Hello, good afternoon. Today is the 13th of March 2026. Yes, and we have new arrivals of passports for a family of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it comes with their citizenship certificate called CUR, Certificate of Recognition. Now,
oh, folks, just remember the certificate that he just showed, this certificate here. Remember the Prime Minister say he ain't reading through no 300 thing to sign them thing, eh? He just doing that script, he press a button and all of them things signing. So we don't know if the Prime Minister even knows who those 5 passport for. But now those 5 people are Grenadian citizens and could end up on the voters list here. So make sure you're checking the voters list. I will find it and play it for you. You know what the Prime Minister said that he ain't had time to go and read through all these things and them. Yeah, that's what you're paid for, brother. That's why they're paying 24 grand for a place for you to go and rest after. That's what you're paid for. But anyhow, so yeah.
Now, this passport, it takes 6 to 9 months. Your passport is out. And if you need more details regarding how you can acquire this passport for yourself and your family, you can come to our office at Abuja, World Trade Center, Abuja, 8th floor, World Trade Center, Abuja. I will give you all the details, all the information you need on how to acquire the passport if you are interested. This is a passport that exempts you from
boss, by the way, have we passport upside down?
International tax. This is a passport that gives you global access to more than 140 countries visa-free, European countries, China, Hong Kong, Singapore. This is a passport that allows you.
In other words, countries that don't only enter normally, or they will get a Grenada passport and then you could enter the country. Okay, all right, nice.
So if you need more information,
and we do nothing against CBI, you know, nothing against CBI. I am a proponent of CBI, but it is not what you do, it is how you do it. Yeah, it is not what you do, it is how you do it. Because remember, the Prime Minister say he reading through this thing, he don't have time for that.
A Grenada passport for a family of 5, husband, wife.
So that 10 people here, because there's a different set of people again here. So that is one family of 5 there, there's another family of 5. That 10. For those who can't count.
A Grenada passport for a family of 5, husband, wife, and 3 children.
Getting this kind of passport, I would say this Grenada passport, like having a master key that opens all doors. Imagine just waking up.
Yes, it is the master key. It opens all doors.
You want to travel somewhere, you don't need to think about going applying a visa. It's the most, I don't know, it's exciting, you know, before you go to French embassy, you go to Dutch embassy, you go everywhere, you are looking for keys to hold.
So you no longer have to do that again. All you do, you get your Grenadian passport and then you are okay. You no need to go get visa, no need to go to French embassy. You simply get your Grenada passport and then you are free to travel to all of these countries. No problem. Yeah?
But this thing does not only give you accessibility, it gives you global acceptance. The warmth with which you are received in every country cannot be compared to anything.
So now let's see why you always spending time in Africa, yeah? But I'm saying, I have no problem with the people getting the passports and so, you know. But I'm very interested in knowing what projects are they involved in Grenada. Because, yes, you have the aspect where they can just make the payment and then the process takes place and so. But I'm worried because the Prime Minister of this country says that he ain't reading through this thing. So you could very well have criminals be the people who just received their passport there and looking to run from their country. Could be people who committing crime in their country that not found out yet, and by the time it find out, they use the Grenada passport and they're hiding somewhere in Europe. Or asking for asylum somewhere, using a Grenada passport. Next thing we end up like St. Lucia, who now have to get a visa to enter the United Kingdom. Grenadians don't have to get a visa, so far, to enter the United Kingdom. But when the British government hear about this Mawet down here, and Mawes, we could be in problem. Yeah? That is the situation, my brothers and sisters. That is why we say, check the voters list carefully. Go through the voters list with a fine-tooth comb. I received some information today that there are some people in a particular area. I'll speak to the NNP representative there when I get the names. But a group of people who usually vote at one location. So let's say they vote at a school. They have been changed from that school a couple miles away to vote in a church. That's why I say, when you check to see your name on the list, check where you're voting. Let me repeat. When you check on the list, when you're checking to see if your name is on the list, check where you're voting as well. Because you might get up election morning, go and stand up in a line for nearly an hour, only to realize you're in the wrong line. Check where you're voting. Yeah, yes. The NNP team is out there. Every constituency, they're out there, out and bad. And they will be contacting you and will be helping you with the process. But help us to help you. You check the list and make sure as well. Yeah? Then I know over the weekend I once again looked at the interview with the supervisor of election where he said that they receive lists from births and deaths to remove people from the list every how much 6 months, how much months they get a list from births and deaths to remove people. But I want to know, if that is the situation, how come it still has some people who died 2 years ago on the voters list, if you all just get regular lists from the births and deaths department of people to remove from the list? How come it still have a pile of dead people from 2 years ago, 3 years ago? And don't doubt me. Contact me and I can tell all you some names. I am seeing names of people I know died on the list. Of course, all I do is I contact the people for the particular area and tell them, hey, these are people that I'm seeing on the list. These people have died. They need to be removed. Yeah? You'll always have, and I'll agree with the supervisor of election, you'll always have people who have died on the list. You'll always have that because the situation is that people die every week. Yeah, unfortunately so. We ain't come to stay. Yeah? So people die every week. And due to that, you have the situation where as you get close to election and so on, you'll always have a few people that have died that still remain on the list. But we have to learn how to deal with that more quickly. Right? So if you're getting, I was surprised when I heard that one too. You're getting the thing and Jesus Christ. 14734407377. Wait a minute, better change your language. Be myself. 14734407377. That is the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program.
Grenada is a paradise. And no economic condition can cause.
Remember, we roughly have about 20 minutes remaining on tonight's program. Yeah, I'd stay later tonight. Sometimes it's good to remind people of things, you know. You remember when the Prime Minister had said, let me see, where he said this thing? Yeah, you say it here? Right, nice. Remember when he said this? Because remember, you're renting buildings right now. You're renting a building right now. Yeah? They even renting building for Ministry of Finance and thing right now. Let me hear what you said. Say about renting buildings.
In a dilapidated state that is owned.
Let me go back to the start. Yeah.
You will see significant buildings in a dilapidated state that is owned by the people and state of Grenada.
Like the Prime Minister's residence right now. Like the Prime Minister's residence right now. Nice? Good.
The government has in St. George's. The government has failed to maintain it.
Right, so it's in St. George. Right, the government has failed to maintain it like the Prime Minister's residence where he's supposed to be living right now.
Building, and instead, it is renting properties all over the place.
Right, like he is renting a property right now. Yeah, so let me take it from the start again. We're going back to the start. Yeah, let me hear him again.
You will see significant buildings in a dilapidated state that is owned by the people and state of Grenada. The government has in St. George's. The government has failed to maintain it, has failed to invest in those buildings, and instead, it is renting properties all over the place. It is renting properties all over the place.
Let's see how the eye move when you say renting property all over the place. What's the eye
properties
movement?
all over the place.
You see it? What's the eye movement there? Like, that's craziness, you know? What's the eye movement?
It is renting properties all over the place.
Almost don't make any sense.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Terry, you need to tell him that right now. Tell him what he's doing is stupidness. Yeah? It don't make any sense. Yeah? He don't make any... Let me make me start to talk part today. It don't make any sense.
It makes absolutely no sense. All right, so you have significant waste.
Okay, so we know the Prime Minister knows that it makes absolutely no sense to Terry. Tell him again now. Tell him, remind him of this.
No sense. All right, so you have significant wastage in those areas because there's no rationalization as to how you use government services itself. And
okay, so there's no rationalization for why you have a Prime Minister's residence that you're leaving to get dilapidated, you ain't fixing it, you ain't putting no money into it, and you're living in an next place. All right, and that ain't making any sense. So we understand you.
If we invest in properties that are already owned by the state, right?
Like the Prime Minister's residence.
And we can maintain these properties. It allows the state itself.
Like the Prime Minister's residence.
To use them, and it allows the state to rent some of these buildings to private citizens so that the state itself can get revenue, right? And that we can then invest in things like our police stations, which are in terrible conditions. Right? Our healthcare centers.
Like the one in Grenville with the mess water floating in front of it. Yeah, like the one in Grenville with the mess water floating in front of it. Anyway, now we go to the phone lines. You here? Yeah, let me see if I could get a call. Hello, good night.
Kit.
Hey, clock it.
What's up?
I'm good. How you doing?
Sheldon, a friend of mine told me today that the voters list in Constantine, they're not seeing them names and them clearly. So call tonight and tell the people that, to check it out properly. Not seeing the name properly.
So Constantine, they have a problem there.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And Sheldon, I'm glad that we get back for we shipping for the fish,
Sell your fish, girl. Sell your fish.
What any people say now? We don't have to say nothing. We glad.
Of course we
because
glad.
Definitely I'm glad.
So wait, they expected people to be vexed?
You understand? I don't know what sort of them NDC supporters, but I'm with these people on them. All I know, I'm glad you getting back because I was having like a shipping to do. So I'm glad that things going back in place. And you, Sheldon, have a good night and keep on your good works so that people that know what's taking place in our country. You have a blessed night.
All right, my dear. Let me see if I could find something here.
And it simply means that you are free to do other things, right? In the context of where you would have to hire a speechwriter and spend hours with a speechwriter, when you can use AI and have multiple versions of a speech churned out to you in seconds. Why would you say you want to go and use a speechwriter?
Right, so you're using ChatGPT and that is why you go and put a man in the Senate who never was in the Senate. We have a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, tag Eddie Frederick, the old goat.
All your mouth ain't good, girl. All right, my dear. All your mouth no good. Poor Eddie Frederick on all your way. Anyway, let me hear what the man was saying here again.
Where are getting the knowledge from reading all books and reading other people's literature in the first place. So it's not as if all language is built on copying, right? Someone must have invented the word, invented the speech, the grammar, this. So I think a lot of it is nostalgia. Once you have that kind of rapid change, people will think about the good old days. But you can always preserve the good old days. You can still have physical libraries. You can still have those things so that people know what it used to be like. But I don't think, for example, the way music is streamed now, everyone is asking you for a Walkman, or for a CD player, or for, the truth is, most of the kids who ask the question will probably have never even heard of the concept of a Walkman, and that was just the other day, right?
That is true.
So it's important for people to understand the rapid pace of change. I don't think the iPhone existed 20 years ago, right? It's probably going to celebrate its 20th anniversary in a year or two. So the truth is, when it comes to technology, there's always been changes. We just have to make sure the technology is, for the most part, put to good use that leads to improvement.
Yeah, the technology, okay, yeah, that is not the part I'm looking for, but we're going to get it still, yeah. We will find it, yeah, we will find it. We go found it, we must found it. Yeah, we must found it. And I'm pretty sure that I found it. We must found it.
Sitting, I can sign while driving in a vehicle, I can sign while sitting at a restaurant, I can sign while at home, and it's made a tremendous difference, particularly to a lot of the administrative type work that you have to do. Internet means I can work anywhere. I can sign documents from anywhere. I can sign on my phone, I can sign on my laptop, I don't have to be sitting. I can sign while driving in a vehicle, I can sign while sitting at a restaurant, I can sign while at home, and it's made a tremendous difference, particularly to a lot of the administrative type work that you have to do, signing of documents and so on. So that means I'm a lot more efficient, a lot more responsive. And definitely it means I actually am probably more productive than I would have ever been if we didn't have this technology. Because just imagine you have to sign 150 citizenship certificates. In the absence of this document, I'd have to go sit in the office and go through one by one by one.
But that is what you're supposed to do. Listen, I don't think Grenadians really pick up what this man is saying, you know. The citizenship certificate is what makes another person a Grenadian. He's saying he don't want the hassle of having to go through one by one by one. That's what you're paid to do. That is why the taxpayer is paying how much thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars they're spending. Because you are supposed to do the job. If you don't want to do the job, move from there.
The citizenship certificates. In the absence of this document, I'd have to go sit in the office and go through one by one by one by one. With the devices and with the technology, I can click one button. All 150 certificates are signed at the same time.
You understand that? So those 10 passports that we saw a while ago, those 10 passports, you understand how we sign in the form for them to be able to become citizens to get a passport? It's not a situation that this individual is going through them thing. He is not going through them. So all kind of crook, all kind of, and not just from Africa, because sometimes there's a negative thing, but that's where they're coming from, that's where they're coming from. If they're coming from Nigeria and Ghana, and that is the people that has been calling us, trying to scam us, and that is the people that many people in Grenada get scammed with. If that is where they're coming from, that is where they're coming from. But other countries as well, people that could be involved in terrorist activities. We don't know if we have any Iranians that may have gotten Grenadian passports and utilize that for certain things. We have to pray that that kind of situation didn't take place. We don't know, because the man, the final safeguard, the final security measure for Grenada, look, he sit down there and hear what he telling all you. Take it from this part here again.
In the absence of this document, I'd have to go sit in the office and go through one by one by one by one.
Like if that is a wrong thing.
With the devices and with the technology, I can click one button. All 150 certificates are signed at the same time. Right, so it makes a huge difference towards productivity, but also quality of life.
But it does not make a difference regarding security, because after all the checks, who know if it, because we know it has some corrupt people around this individual. We know it has some corrupt people around him. Documented corrupt people around him. So we do not know if one of them could slip in a name of a family that probably paid them a money on the side and slip them into this, because the last security measure is supposed to be him going through it and verifying that with a list and saying these are the people that I'm supposed to sign for. But instead of that, who knows how much certificates slip inside there and somebody get money on the side, somebody get a little 50,000 USD. That's small money for some of these people to pay. A 50,000 USD or 20,000 USD, and the certificate go in and the Prime Minister sign it because he refuses to read. You have to read it. That is your job. You have to. Hey.
One by one. With the devices and with the technology, I can click one button. All 150 certificates are signed at the same time. Right, so it makes a huge difference towards productivity, but also quality of life, because it's
too busy want to go and fly to Dubai. That way quality of life, yeah. So you could go fly Dubai now, right? No, you must go. Go Dubai, yeah? Chuck Dust used to say Dubai, yeah, you must go in Dubai now. Now you must go. Yeah, now is when you must go in Dubai. Dubai. Yeah. So we have seen, because I showed you a while ago, the people who get their passports and they're showing you the citizenship certificate, and we are hearing now how the citizenship certificate does sign in it. We hearing how them citizen certificate signing.
Of March 2026, yes. And we have new arrivals of passports for a family of 5.
And those passports just went over here because that is on Friday. Those passports, this man doing this video on Friday gone. So them passport fresh.
Hello, good afternoon. Today is the 13th of March 2026, yes. And we have new arrivals of passports for a family of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it comes with their citizenship certificate called CUR, Certificate of Recognition.
The same thing the Prime Minister refused to watch and see if them is the people that's supposed to get it. He's just doing it digitally and he's not reading it. He is not reading it. He's just doing it digitally because he don't have time for that. He busy wanting to jump plane and go in Dubai. Go in Dubai now. That way you want you to go. Go now. Yeah?
Citizenship certificate called CUR, Certificate of Recognition. Now, this passport takes 6 to 9 months. Your passport is out.
And even with 6 or 9 months, he still ain't taking the time and watch nothing. He just click. Everything signed. Yeah? You all have to understand what is taking place there. He's endangering you and me. And when I say he's endangering you and me, mark my words. I know I like to say that, eh? Mark my words. Mark the time and everything I say in it. If that nonsense that he's going on with they continue, we, Grenada, will lose our visa-free access to the United Kingdom. We will no longer be able to enter the United Kingdom without a visa. And let me clarify here, because some people get it mixed up and then there are some people trying to twist it up. You see, when it comes to the issue right now, the UK, they put in place an advance arrival notice kind of thing. You have to get permission before you enter the UK. So you go online, you fill out the forms and so you send it in. They would double check with their system and they say, okay, this person is cleared to enter the UK. That is not a visa. They've done that for all countries. In fact, I think even Americans, everybody have to do that now. Before you can enter the UK, they have the advanced system now. Just like it's similar to what we were doing during COVID, where before you go to another country, I traveled during the COVID time 2021, and you had to do that. We had to apply online to be able to travel. So I applied online. They gave you clearance. It usually happened within a few hours. They would give you clearance and say, well, okay, you're cleared to enter and so on. And you then cleared, the plane would board you. If the people at the plane are not seeing that clearance, they would not allow you to board. So that is the situation that exists now for Grenadians and existed for St. Lucians. Now St. Lucians have the added thing. They have to go and find the £200 or £300 to go and pay for an application for a UK visa. Yeah? The same way like you go for a US visa now, they also have to go for a UK visa in the same way you go for the US visa. We don't have that yet. But if that nonsense that taking place there continue, we go be in problems. Big, big, big problems. We will be in problems. You know, in St. Lucia, old man John Compton used to say, St. Lucians, watch your bread. Yeah? St. Lucians, watch your bread. Yeah, we had to say, St. Lucian, Grenadians, watch your bread. Be very, very careful because you could lose what you now have. And then you go want to ball, then you go want to cry. Grenadians, watch your bread. You don't want to be balling. You don't want to be crying because we know as it is right now, we feel like it, we go, we just make we application now and we go in the United Kingdom. If we go in Thursday, we put in the application today. By the time Thursday, you get your clearance and thing and you're going in the United Kingdom. Yeah? But we can lose that if the present situation continues. If the present way of operating continues, we run the risk of losing that. Yeah? Because remember, we heard what the NDC had to say before in relation to passports and CBI and so on, you know. Remember this?
And when we weigh what is going on, we must do so in the context of the fact that this program, the Passport Citizenship by Investment Program, and the sale of Grenada's passports raises, quite apart from the reputational issues, quite apart from the issues having to do with Grenada's image, its pride, and its reputation as an independent nation, it also raises some very serious questions regarding our safety and security as a nation. We have made the point before that the granting of passports or the sale of passports to foreign nationals without doing the necessary due diligence.
Oh, by the way, the person speaking there is a passport agent now, eh? Yeah, that same guy talking about it there, he's a part of the same program he's talking about there right now. So he's a CBI agent. Yeah, that guy. This one here, that fella. Yeah. He's a CBI agent right now.
Country to the risk that one of our passports can end up in the hand of somebody who is unfriendly to our country and who is unfriendly to our friends. The United States of America has a major investment here in Grenada. It is no secret that St. George's University is a major American institution here in Grenada. It is no secret that those who are interested in terrorism, those who are interested in creating terror around the world.
Just remember the guy that talking, actually doing the same thing and selling passports now, eh? Yeah, damn hypocrite.
Consider American institutions, American installations, American assets around the world to be targets for those assaults. It means that Grenada is not immune from any kind of attacks. And the institutions, American institutions and facilities, planes, students, the daily flights of American Airlines, the 3,000 or so students who are here, all of these persons are exposed to risks if we do not do what is necessary to protect ourselves and to ensure that our passports do not end up in the wrong hands.
Just remember, he putting passport in people's hands now, eh? Yeah, that same guy there? Yeah, he... Victor... Victor, oh dear.
We expressed our concern that the government had approached the creation of this program and the implementation of this program in an incestuous way, or what appeared to the public's eye.
I wonder what he's saying now about incestuous. The Minister of Finance is a CBI agent, and he's the one that okays for the projects. He's the one that okays all of the tax breaks, etc. for the projects. And he's a CBI agent, which opens the door to an incestuous relationship that can be corrupt as well, seen as corrupt. Yeah, and a conflict of interest. You also have the Prime Minister, who is also a CBI agent. He has not removed his company from the list of CBI companies. It has not been removed. And it's open to incestuous relationship. So when you talk about incestuous relationship with CBI, I wonder what he had to say now. And as what you had to say about it now. Yeah, you see 5 people get here, how much people get there, all kind of thing, you understand? Yeah, remember he said a real thing back in the days, you know, about this? Yeah, he said a real thing. I wonder if he talking with the...
That if these passports were to end up in the hands of criminals, those who are involved in terror, those who are involved in international crimes and money laundering.
Just for those just joining the program, I know it's something annoying now, eh? Yeah, he's a passport agent now, he's a CBI agent now, the same guy, he's a CBI agent now.
Involved in evading international sanctions.
Notice the sign behind him says National Demon? No, it's National Democratic Congress, not National Demon that behind there, right? Nice, yeah.
If our passport were to end up in the hands of the wrong individuals, we also run the risk that the international banks that are doing business in our country may choose not to do business in our country. And there is a risk that international banks in the United States and in Europe and in Canada upon which our country depends for correspondent banking relationships in order to do business across the world with Japan and China and other countries, we run the risk that the corresponding relationships with these major international banks can be lost, and our business people will not be able to do business around.
But he's a CBI. He is a CBI agent right now. Yeah, that man is Mr. Chief Passport Seller right there. You understand? He's the Chief Passport Seller right now. You understand? Yeah, I wonder if I have another one here. Don't go yet. You'll see. Let me see if we find our next one here. Where did he go? Where he go? Yeah, now we could hold the next one for tomorrow night, though. We could call it a night and we could hold the next one for tomorrow night. Yeah, we could hold the next one for tomorrow night, but yeah, but just remember the guy that was speaking there, he's selling passports now too. The same way he was selling passports under the new National Party. What you had is you had a CBI program. So you created projects. That is how you saw 6 Cents coming. That is how you see the hotels in St. David being built and in St. Patrick being built. You got projects and people got into it. But we have to also have a discussion about Kimpton by Kawana. So tomorrow night, we will start a little earlier. Nice, yeah, we ain't playing music for no long period of time tomorrow night. We starting early because we had to continue the discussion on the CBI. Folks, that is all the time we have for tonight. It's been a wonderful one with you, and everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to you, want to be speaking with you, definitely don't want to be speaking about you. Yes? Yeah, we go play. Yeah, don't worry, man. We playing them thing tomorrow. Let me say a special good night to all my former Garyites who are now firmly in the house of the new National Party. Don't let nobody come and tear up all your head. All Garyites report for duty in the house of the new National Party. Let me play one for all here.
The star shines brightly in the sky. We'll never let it down.
We shall never let a party fall, for we love it the best of all. We don't have to fight to show our might, 'cause when we start, we will fight. With peace and love, you'll hear us sing. God save a party, God save it, please. At the ending of the day, victory for all. We'll never let a party fall.
The new national party, the party for Halloween. Next scene, Green. Keep going, 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 keep going. Progress, keep going, success, keep going, NNP, keep going, Halloween, keep going, NNP, keep going, democracy, keep going, prosperity, keep going, stability, free food, free water, more infrastructure, health for agriculture, so we could live better, business development and foreign investment. So for Grenada come, let the progress go on. Go green, go green, go green, go green, show green, more green, go green. Go green, go green, go green, go green, show green, more green, go green. Tell them say we don't want to change, we don't want the country rearrange. Tell them don't take that backward step and next thing you regret. So stay with NNP for more stability, 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 for more stability. Let the progress continue.
Invites you to a fun-filled Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28, 2026 at Aubrey's Supermarket, Westerhall Point Gap, starting time 12 noon. Kids will love the exciting egg hunt, games, musical chairs, face painting, and sweet treats. Plus, the chance to find golden eggs with cash prizes inside. The egg hunt is just $10, so bring your entire family out for an afternoon of kids fun, laughter, and Easter excitement. For more information, call 473-406-1322, 473-449-0369. It's the Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28, 2026 at Aubrey's Supermarket, West Hall Point Gap, 12 noon. Be there.
For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. WeNoise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visual, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
Who put this country in this crisis? You could fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. You know, I know, they put their hand in the cookie jar. You know, I know, they be tampering with the cookie jar. The giant leaking, but the cookie missing. The giant leaking, but the cookie missing. VIP stole it cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then NDP stole it cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then who all the cookie? Everybody. Nobody want to take the blame for them. I say man, they pointing finger. Everybody. Nobody Nobody wants to